Welcome to episode 8 of the Pickup Podcast. How are we today?
Busy day, busy day.
Yeah, sure.
So today's the
Today's the deadline of the trade deadline. So we've seen a bunch of trades today. I have them all pulled up on my phone. Um, well, except for the JJ Redick one, which for some reason hasn't been clarified by Woj or Shams, but I have all of them here.
I think Shams did report. That's the one I saw it on. I didn't say like the details was, but he did get traded. So as you know, the JJ Redick got traded to Dallas, which is
Yeah,
I think is a good piece for Dallas. Just like another catch and shoot player that can come off the bench.
yeah.
Let's see. Look at
How do you want to do this though? Should we start with the Celtics? Should we start
yeah, we can
with
talk to the Celtics real quick.
the big name, the Celtics? All right. So the Celtics, the bigger Celtics made two deals. The bigger one being Evan Fournier for Jeff Teague and two second round picks, which I think is a
Mm-hmm.
W. Just because Jeff Teague really hasn't been as good as we all been as we all wanted him to be. And Evan Fournier is like a 19, almost 20 point per game scorer, so he's gonna be another dude who can take pressure off of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I think watching Evan Fournier might be someone like he can kind of make a play with the ball too. He's like a great playmaker on the side. He's a good shooter. He's a skilled shooter, something that the Celtics needed. I think the way they play is like it's either Jason or Jalen driving to the basket, and then last second they're kicking it out. And adding Fournier, they just adds just another shooter for them.
Yeah,
Which is
someone
really.
who they could kick it out to, and they know that he's gonna hit that shot.
Mm-hmm. And the Celtics also picked up. I'm kind of sad about this trade. Is Daniel Tice for Mo Wagner, bro, and Javonte Green. Oh man,
Yeah,
and
we also get Luke Cornett, which isn't, and like it's just a name.
he's like another big.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Um, this one I don't know how to feel about this trade because
A lot of Celtics fans hate this trade, bro.
do
Some
they
of them hate this trade.
I think Daniel Tice is a good player. I know you love your Javante Green, but I know Daniel Tice is good. Um, and I don't know. This trade just makes us younger. Uh, I don't think Daniel Tice is like that like crucial to our success just because
He was in the beginning. Like he was a great. He started off like the third. He was the third string at one point, and then built his way out his like individual self up to a starter. And he was good. He was good. I think the reason why he got traded this year was he was playing really well this year too.
Mhm.
He was able to show that he can shoot the ball now, if left open. And I think the Celtics just captured him. And they're like, yo, let's just find a trade for him. And they got Mo Wagner. He's also a young player. I think he was drafted to the Lakers, and then he got traded to the Wizards.
I'm curious because Mo Wagner is not someone, and I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Wagner. I'm not 100%.
Wagner.
I think it's like that. But I'm not too like hip to him. I know he could shoot the ball, so he could stretch.
He's aggressive too.
Yeah, but so that I don't know too much about him. I'm gonna have to like look him up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think a person you could try to compare him to is Sabonis, but not as skilled as Sabonis.
Yeah.
Sabonis can shoot, but he can also drive to the basket, and he's strong. He's a physical big man. Not big. I don't think Mo Wagner is he's probably like almost the same height as Daniel Tice. So they're kind of swapping out height for age and I think athleticism in Mo Wagner.
Yeah.
So
I'm not too mad about it. I want to see if because what I think this move means is that they're probably going to be starting Robert Williams, which I think is going to be a good way to go. So it's like I can't be too mad at trading away Daniel Tice when he's kind of like getting in the way of Robert Williams. So so yeah.
I hope my boy Javonte Green. I hope he does great, man. Go ball out in Chicago. Do your thing with Zach LaVine out there. Vusovich is out there. I just hope he does his thing. But the Celtics. I think the Celtics didn't for My grade on what I would give the Celtics today would be like a solid B, maybe B minus. I was thinking they were gonna add a little one more person, but um, it might bump up depending on what they do in the buyout market because I think they're like looking towards the buyout because a lot of players are being bought up by teams, and I think a big named one they could is try to bring in Andre Drummond, but I think he's going to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like all signs pointing to him over there. Who else could be bought out? They're talking about Jabari Parker. Yeah, Jabari Parker was a pretty good player in Milwaukee, but he got tossed around in the league.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Injury really
maybe
messed
Otto
with him.
Porter.
Yeah. Who I really, yeah, I would say around the same, like a B minus. Who I really wanted to see come was Aaron Gordon. Like, man, I would have loved to see like a lineup with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Aaron Gordon. Like that would be, I think that would be
Mm-hmm.
great because Aaron Gordon, he's someone he's a great defender, and everyone knows his athleticism. You know,
I think his asking price
he
was
can
probably
catch
too
the ball
high
real
for the
good.
Celtics.
Yeah,
Like this,
'cause
Orlando
they
probably
got a
wanted a lot.
yeah, they did get a lot from him. The Magic, like
Yeah,
they got Gary Harris, they got RJ Hampton, which I thought he went pretty low in the draft, but I thought like
yeah, but he's nice though. RJ
yeah,
Hampton's pretty
they got a
nice.
first round pick for him too. But yeah, now we should probably talk about the big deal or the big move to happen this trade deadline, which is Nicole Vusovich to the Bulls. What do you think
Mm-hmm.
about them?
What do I think? I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the answer long term because the Bulls kind of they shopped a lot this trade deadline. They put a lot of paces out there and they got some gains back, but I don't know if it's long term because he is 30. So, but I don't know if they want to go be like a playoff contender next year or try to make that push for next year with Zach LaVine. But I don't mind the trade. Vucevic had to. Orlando's been saying that they want to let go of Vucevic, so I think they got the best they could with going to Chicago.
Yeah. At first, when I first seen this deal go down, this was before like the Evan Fournier deal went, so I was kind of like scared. I was like a Celtics fan. I was like, man, that's just another team who could. And even now, even that we have Fournier, but it's like the Bulls are another team who could possibly like beat us because now that they have Vucevic, they have it's a little scary that they have better chance to make the playoffs, better chance to even beat the Celtics. Um, and yeah, I actually think that like for right now, definitely. I don't think again. I don't know about long term because they gave up 2 first round picks. They gave up Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, he's really good.
And they gave up
He
Otto
was a
Porter.
young piece.
Yeah. Who? So yeah. In the future, I don't know, but right now, they're definitely like looking really nice.
Yeah, I think we can't also discredit Miami. They did really. I think they were able to steal Victor Oladipo from Houston, which is they gave up uh,
Kelly Olynyk,
Kelly
Bradley
Olynyk and Avery Bradley,
in the first. Yeah.
two old Celtics dudes. But yeah, they were able to get Victor Oladipo, which is dude, and they didn't even have to give up Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and now they might add LaMarcus Aldridge with Bam Adebayo. Miami's looking scary. That's
Yeah.
all.
How this was a little I thought this was a little weird just because like Oladipo has been like so public that he wanted to go to Miami. He was like, "Oh, I want to go to
Mm-hmm.
Miami, whatever." And so like if he waited to free agency, which he was gonna be this season, he was probably gonna go to you anyways. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you never know what could happen. So they traded not no one that's like crucial to winning their team right now. Um, and they got Victor Oladipo, who's most likely going to stay there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think they got to stay with that. Who else? Another trade that happened today was that kind of interests me was Gary Trent Jr. going to he's going to what
The Raptors,
Toronto.
yeah,
Yeah, and Norman Powell's going to the Blazers. I think that's just an underrated trade because one, Norman Powell he's a really great player. I think what he did in the playoffs when he played against us, dude, he was one of their go-to players heading in the playoffs last year. And then he continued it this year, and they were able to put him with CJ and Dame. So it's just another like shot creator on their team. Kind of an upgrade from Gary Trent Jr. So I think both teams I would say kind of won, but I would lean more towards Portland taking the double on this one.
Yeah, Gary Trent is one of my favorite young players in the league right now, just because of how like he plays with just like so much confidence. Like he's a great shooter. He's a great defender. He's like pretty much those are the two things. I really wanted him to go to the Celtics because like we really need like some more of those like 3-and-D guys who we could kick it out and we like are more confident and hitting those shots. And he's one of those guys who can do that, and he's young enough to grow. And if we need him to do more, he can develop into a better playmaker, a better shot creator, a better all of those things. And he just plays with like so much swag, which I think is dope. I would probably say Toronto won this one just because Norman Powell is a similar Norman Powell like a similar to Gary Trent in the like in scoring and stuff like that. But the fact that they get him and Ronnie Hood, who are like, I think their productivity is very similar. It makes them younger to go with Fred and Pascal Siakam. So yeah, I like this trade a lot too.
Let's see what else. I don't think Utah didn't really make no trades. They
Nah,
kept
no,
put their teams.
they're perfect the way they are. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, for the regular season.
We'll see about that. The next one we should talk about is probably Rondo to the Clippers and Lou Will to the Hawks. That was a big one.
I think for that one, I would think Lou Williams won that trade. He went to Atlanta, his hometown, and he gets to eat lemon pepper wings every single day, bro. So
that man loves
that's a dub for him. Yeah, bro. And I think was Rondo adds that point guard, that like other mindset on the court for the Clippers. So I kind of thought he would come back somehow to Los Angeles. Either team would either want him. So going back for him to go to the Clippers, he just fits anywhere, dude. You can put him anywhere, and he could try to fix the team into a playoff contention team. That's what he did with the Lakers last year, and it showed that he was able to come in when he needed to, and they won a championship because of that. So maybe the Clippers are trying to do that, but yeah, both teams they saw. I don't know about Atlanta. I don't know if he's gonna stay in Atlanta. I don't know what direction they really want to go with Lou Williams in Atlanta, because they're all young guys. Maybe they wanted some veteran presence coming in, but yeah, it wasn't. I think both teams kind of just wanted mutual trades for that.
Well, if they wanted veteran players, that they could have kept Rondo, but I think this
Yeah, but they barely played Rondo.
Yeah, but they're both like veteran. Like in terms of like veteran experience, like Rondo. If anything, I'd rather have a Rondo in the locker room than a Lou Will, just because Rondo he's more like knowledgeable. I feel like he's more like his IQ is like so high. But I think this is more of a playoff type trade, because we all know that Rondo is someone who like elevates in the playoffs and becomes like because like Rondo right now he's having like a subpar season. So, but in the playoffs, we know that he could elevate the Clippers from a team that's just gonna get beat by the Nuggets in the second round to a team that win a championship.
Let's see what else. Players there was players that didn't even get traded either that we thought would Kyle Lowry's one of them,
Yeah,
and Lonzo Ball.
Kyle Lowry was a big one because he was like deucing out everyone. He was like, "Oh, bye."
Yeah, but the thing is, the Raptors wanted a lot for they weren't going to give out Kyle Lowry for nobody,
right?
But they wanted a lot. And I don't think teams were just like, nah, let's stay put. But I don't think they didn't really care about trading Kyle Lowry. I think he kind of wanted to finish this. He's a Raptor, bro. He's a Raptor for life. So I think he deserves a spot where if it's a team he wants to play for, they'll find the suitor that he wants. I don't think they're just gonna let him go just to let him go because
Yeah.
he's a Raptor for life. That's what I think. Um, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry, he's someone who I think could have made so many teams like so good. Like, I think if he went to
Mhm.
Philly, I think that would have been a great fit for him. He could have like actually,
Yeah.
I think they actually could have um been close to like beating the Nets and making it an actual like a battle. But yeah, so many teams he could have made contenders, and so many contenders he could have made favorites. And yeah, it was curious. I definitely thought he was gonna. I definitely thought he was gonna go.
I thought Lonzo too. I thought Lonzo was gonna go. I don't know if he might stay in. I don't see him staying in New Orleans long term either. But they're gonna. He's probably gonna take free agency this summer and see what's going on. But I really thought he was gonna be traded. I thought he was gonna probably like a first round pick or something to a team that really wanted him. But he's staying put. So
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what the heck was gonna happen with him. Um, I think I think he actually fits the Pelicans good just because he
transition wise, I
yeah,
think.
transition with him and Zion, it was ridiculous. And then he's become like he's been shooting the ball like the best he has in his career. So yeah, I think that's definitely gonna help with Zion and Bi and all these other people around him.
And then we can talk about OKC. What like then 17 first round picks, 17 second round picks in like the
Yeah,
next 7 years.
they got two more seconds for George
Yeah.
Hill. Terrence Ferguson got traded around, and Tony Bradley.
Mm-hmm. That, kind of insane. I think that's kind of like what the Celtics did when they traded everybody to the Nets. They had like all these years of first round picks, second round picks, and it showed that the Celtics were able to build through the draft. So yeah, I think, and then who else got traded? Uh,
It was a JJ Redick one.
yeah, JJ Redick to the Mavs. I think we talked about him. Aaron Gordon. We can talk about Aaron Gordon. We didn't talk about him
Oh, we
yet.
didn't talk about that.
Aaron Gordon. He got traded in the beginning of this morning. I think. Uh, went to what's it called? Denver.
Denver.
Woo!
That's
Denver team is looking
nah.
nice.
Well, I can just
Denver
imagine
team.
the connection with Jokic and him, like all the alley.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna have to give up like Michael Porter Jr. or something for him, but they were able to keep him, and they were able to keep Mo Bamba. Everyone's talking about Mo Bamba being moved around, but Bol too. They were like, yeah, we might move Bol, but nah, they just got Aaron Gordon for a steal. I think they got him for a steal because Aaron Gordon's still a young player. Yeah, Aaron Gordon. I think anywhere you put Aaron Gordon just wanted to change the scenery. But
Right.
he's still young. He's still young, and he can make the Nuggets a really tough team to beat.
I definitely think it's a good deal. I wouldn't say I don't know if I would say it's a steal because they still did give up Gary Harris, who is a good young player who showed that he has potential. He's good. A couple years ago, he like lately he hasn't been as good because of injuries stuff like that. But Gary Harris is actually like it was the fact that it was like it was building around Jamal Murray and Gary Harris. It was like those two were like the two. But
Oh, you
injuries,
think so?
yeah, it was. All right, and Jokic obviously, but I'm talking about in the backcourt. It was really like Gary
In
Harris
that court?
and thing. Um, and RJ Hampton, we already said is like someone who went down in the draft. But it's actually he was like before like in high school and coming into college, he was like people thought that he was gonna go number one or like top three.
Yeah, they had him higher than Melo, but shoot, I don't.
Yeah, it
He
was like him and Melo. It was like were like very big news that like they were gonna go play overseas. I think at the end of the day, eventually, I guess it hurted him because he didn't go as high as he wanted to. Um, but yeah, and then and they got a first. They gave up a first, so I think that's a pretty big price. But Aaron Gordon's a pretty big player, so
yeah, but I think Celtics really didn't explore the greatest amount of trades that they did today, but I think they're also looking at the buyout market, see what's out there. Maybe I think they're really heavily relying on it to see who's out there and who they have a lot of money to spend. They let go of like 4 players today, brought in 2, so they're
Yeah,
gonna need some bodies to fill those roles in. I'm kind of tight that they did. They should have like explored maybe Carson Edwards, maybe try to get in some like veteran player, but they kept him. They probably see upside in Carson Edwards because the way I think Danny Ainge changes, like he'll trade, but if it's not long term, he's not gonna like keep you for like a rental. And he probably sees that Evan Fournier and Mo Wagner are gonna re-sign with them in the summer.
yeah.
So I think the
Um,
Celtics. All right.
okay.
No, that's you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like I think it's like interesting what the Celtics did because like I don't know necessarily if Evan Fournier and Mo Wagner like make them so much better. Like Evan Fournier obviously a good player, especially since we didn't give up too much for him. But I'm curious to see how much is gonna improve us if we're gonna be like a lock to make the playoffs even because right now we're the 8th seed. So I wonder if it's gonna like make us like a lock for the playoffs, if it's gonna make us a lock for the 6th seed, keep us out of the play-in tournament. Um, but yeah,
I think what they need to look out in the buyout is a 3-and-D player. Another wing that they could have. Because the Semi Ojale did get injured yesterday,
yeah,
so someone's got to take his minutes. Someone has to pick up step up and pick it up. So maybe they might look into the buyout market. I kind of want to see Otto Porter Jr. or Jabari Parker coming to this team. They coming off the bench is their role, then that's what they got to do. I think that's going to be a good pickup for them if they try to look into the buyout market. Maybe
yeah.
Neesmith might get
Otto
some
Porter would
minutes.
be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Otto Porter got bought out, right?
Yeah, they're talking about buying him out, and because I don't think that teams really need him.
Yeah. If he gets bought
Or
out,
Jabari.
if he gets bought out, I think that would be a good addition. How old is he? He feels younger than he actually might
Otto
be.
Porter, I think he is. He's pretty young.
Let me see. He is 27. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like too long ago where it was like him, John Wall, and Bradley Beal were like the 3 young people in Washington. But I guess it was a little bit.
Yeah, I hope he gets bought out. I don't think Magic really need Otto Porter with Jonathan. They already have Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah. Hey, he's been injured, so maybe they might keep him for this year. Um, maybe when Jonathan Isaac gets healthy next year, then they gotta release him. But I think for now, I think he might stay.
But I don't know who else is on the buyout market. I'm like looking at Woj's all of his tweets, rereading them.
Yeah, I think it's really like the big ones. And you know what trade we haven't talked about? I don't know how big it is, but JaVale McGee to the Nuggets for Isaiah
He went
Harden.
back to the Nuggets. He
Yeah.
did play like some years
Actually,
in
I forgot about
Denver.
that. Actually,
That's when he was like the king of Shaq the Fool.
yeah.
No one took him seriously.
Hey, but
Trying to
now
freaking free throw
people
line
respect
dunk.
him. Yeah, people respect him now. I think, or at least a little more. JaVale
Oh, they
McGee.
got Matt Thompson from Toronto.
Yeah. There's also Terrence
Oh,
Davis, which I don't know how big that one is either. Terrence Davis to the Kings.
and then I think Austin Rivers goes to OKC. Okay.
Yeah, that was part of the George Hill trade.
I hope he gets bought out. I wouldn't
Austin
mind
Rivers?
seeing him on a. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. It was weird, like, because he was playing really good for the Knicks, and he was
The
like,
Knicks.
yeah, he was like actually like, I like playing for the Knicks. That's actually a good it's coach or whatever. And then not only before he got traded, they got Derrick Rose, who then kind of made Austin Rivers like not get as many minutes, and then he
Yeah,
got traded. So like, wow,
business is business.
yeah.
They were like, all right, we got Derrick Rose. We
I
don't really
remember
need you.
there was like that meme of, or I don't know if it was a meme, but he posted on his IG like him wanted to go to the gym on his off day, and then his like wife was like, "Nah, bro, you over the one off day you want to go to the gym." Hey, but I was like, "Hey, he might not have been doing that like in the Rockets and in the Clippers because hey, I think he likes it in New
Mm.
York."
I really, I just hope, yeah, Andre Drummond is getting bought out. I just hope he don't go to the Lakers, bro.
Yeah, I
Just
hope
hope
you.
he
I'm
doesn't go
telling
to
you,
the Lakers.
Celtics.
I want someone
I want him to
other
go to the
team.
Celtics so badly.
Yeah, if he goes to the Celtics, it's just what are you gonna? I mean, if he does go to the Celtics, Robert Williams goes back to the bench.
That's fair. I didn't. Yeah.
But the thing is, we also have Tristan Thompson. Maybe they buy out Tristan Thompson, put in Robert Williams in there at the, give him that bench role and have Andre Drummond coming in to have to start. Um, but if that does happen, I wouldn't mind losing Tristan Thompson. I'd rather have Andre Drummond than
Yeah.
put Rob on the bench.
How I think about it, man, there's a chance that we could start both of them, but I don't think Brad Stevens he doesn't want to do the double big anymore.
Who?
If we had like Robert Williams and then we had somehow got Andre Drummond, but I don't think, yeah,
I don't think they would match on the court the
yeah,
same.
that's
It would be hard for them to spread the floor.
Let me ask you: do you think they're gonna start Fournier?
No, I don't think so. I think they might put him on the bench.
Yeah.
I think put him on the because what they could start Mo Wagner if they wanted to. They could start him, but I don't think he will. I think the starting lineup is still going to be Kemba at the 1, Marcus at the 2, Jalen 3, Tatum 4, and then whoever at the 5, Robert Williams, and then bench Pritchard, Fournier. If Semi comes back, you still need a 4th. Grant Williams,
and then Tristan Thompson.
and Tristan Thompson. Shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about it because how our team was. Like I used to love like when Marcus Smart came off the bench, just because like he was like literally like, the dude who could score on the bench. I guess that wouldn't. Now that we have Fournier, it gives Marcus Smart a little more like flexibility to start.
Because he's maybe keep Marcus Smart out there because he plays really well with Jason and Jalen.
Yeah.
And maybe have Kemba roll back on some minutes and stay in the, play with the second string. I think if he plays with the second string, they'll have another set of scoring with Evan Fournier.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Because they can always switch rotations with Pritchard and Kemba. Because that's what they normally do. They either put two guards together.
Yeah, or even do that like thing with Marcus Smart where he like leans back just because I think if we have like his defensive energy at least for a little bit while playing with the bench unit, I think that would help just like get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, but it was an event. It was an eventful trade deadline. Things kind of heated up towards the last day of it. Not really up to the coming days of the trade deadline.
I was like so like I was so bored. I was like, man, when the heck is this? Like I thought something was supposed to happen.
I saw the tweet. It was like once Orlando gets these trades going, that's when everything's gonna start going down.
Yeah,
because I think everyone was just waiting for what Orlando was gonna do. Because they cleaned house. You know what I mean? Like, they gave up Vusovich, they gave out Fournier, they gave out Aaron Gordon. I think teams were just like, we'll give you our offers first, and then once you're done with Orlando, once Orlando kind of finishes what they have to do, that's when everyone's like, all right, time for us to make some trades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like you said. Hopefully the Celtics turn around. We're eighth in the standings, man. Eighth in the standings.
The Bucks.
Even though we did try to come back, we were down by 20 plus in the third. Shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? we shouldn't be having that hard of a game or games where we gotta come back 20 plus and then lose by 2.
Especially since we're, traditionally we're not a good fourth quarter team.
Yeah. And then we also play the Milwaukee, I think tomorrow night. I think so. Yeah, we play them back to back.
Yeah.
And then I think some players are out though. Like Tristan Thompson's out still with the COVID protocol.
You think Fournier's gonna play?
If he clears like
Yeah,
all
because
the
obviously Ty's not gonna be playing that game.
yeah, they gotta clear all like health and fitness and stuff. Like so maybe if he gets a chance, shoot, I'd throw him in there. Start him off already.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because the Bucks they didn't like lose anybody, so they're all gonna be there. They didn't lose anyone, gain anyone.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the trade recap this episode we had. It's pretty good. I think some teams were able to make the jump coming into the playoffs. Some teams became contenders because of the trade deadline. I think Miami might have won this trade day, and also Denver because they were able to get the big name stars. Wherever they went, I think they were gonna make any team a title contender. The Nets didn't really make no trades. I thought they would. I thought they would have gave some pieces out, but yeah, the Rockets are the losers of this one. I think they were the losers, bro. They gave up James Harden for Kelly Olynyk, Avery Bradley, banged up team.
And the biggest thing with that is just the picks, but like they could have easily had a better turnout for James Harden. I think if they traded him to Philly, they would have got a way better package.
They were talking about who they could have got Jared Allen and Karis LeVert.
Yeah, because they had Karis LeVert, but I don't know why they want to let him go. They should have kept Karis LeVert at that point.
Yeah. Karis LeVert balled out too. He went back and he balled out. He played.
Yeah,
I think a game, bro.
He came back faster than expected.
Yeah,
everyone thought because of that injury or the thing that they found on his liver that he would have been out for longer.
But yeah, that's our episode for today. We'll come back next week and see. We're gonna see how this trade ended up. Hopefully they get to play with their new added players, and if we come back and just start winning some games to make the Celtics fun to watch again. I think that's the number one goal they got to do. Not get into stay up in the eighth seed, make themselves fun to watch again. I think, that's the Celtics. B, I give them solid B, like I said, but I don't think they're still gonna win the playoffs.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah.
So Jose, I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support we've been getting. Have a nice day, everybody. Deuces.
Peace.